Hi everybody, this is Horrorboard channel and my name is Edgar. This is my Christmas bias guide for the board gamer, for you or for anybody you want to give board games to, for your family, for yourself, for your loved one. I'm gonna do a bias guide. We're gonna start off with stocking stuffers for my first video. Gonna be more videos coming along with different themes, different categories actually. And for now, we're doing stocking stuffers. As a rule, I'm gonna give every list 6 games that you can uh, that I will suggest for you to buy. It's just a suggestion, and I will give my 7th game, and that will be a game that I want for Christmas. I thought it would be fun to give you like what I want for Christmas. It's also one of the 6 games, but I have a specific game that I want for Christmas for myself that I haven't played, and I'm actually excited if it would come up under my tree from Santa. So if Santa is watching, hey, don't forget me. I hope I've not been a bad boy. Uh, so yeah. So for stocking stuffers, this category, I focus on games that fit in a stocking. We here in Europe don't use st- uh, stockings. Uh, we have socks, but we don't. They're just smaller feet, I guess. It doesn't fit a game, so there are people that do put stockings up, but it's not a European thing. It's an American thing. But I will keep in the theme. These have to fit in a stocking, or at least be small, as an extra giveaway, a small thing that you can give. Um, and as a suggestion, before we go to this list, I suggest giving someone an expansion, because expansion boxes, they are small expansion boxes that you can give someone. If I look at my wall, I'm going to do a video of my board game wall, because I have boxes on my wall as decoration, like the Bunny Kingdom expansion, the small one, not the in the sky, because that doesn't fit in the stocking, but the small uh, extra cards with the train rails that I haven't played, by the way. I haven't played yet. You can give it as an expansion. It's a small little box. Eldritch Horror's expansion, for example, is also a good expansion present if someone has Eldritch Horror. Marvel Champions has these character packs. You can give a whole character as a person to a person for that game if they had that game. Even the Arc Nova expansion, which is long, but it can fit in a large size stocking. The Evergreen expansion, Pines and Cacti, and even the new one with the big trees and the mushrooms. Yeah, and Origin's First Builders, I see as an expansion there on my wall. The his, historical events for Gemini, uh, uh, the Ancestors expansion, which is one of the small expansions. It's still a bit thick, but I think it can fit for Endless Winter. Those kinds of things. If you don't know what to buy and there's nothing on this list, I also suggest to look at the bias guide for the Dice Tower and other content creators. Give them some love, and maybe you'll find something that you uh, like to give to someone if it's not on this list. So this is my list. Let's get to it. So we are going to uh, check out the first game, and the first game is Scout. I forgot a little bit about the small rules about Scout, but this is a simple game, by the way. It's from 2019. It has a low weight, 1.36, if that means anything to you. 2 to 5 players, 15 minutes, ages 9 and up. Um, so Scout is a ladder climbing and card shedding game. So you're trying to get uh, rid of your cards as soon as possible, and get plus points and no minus points. Because if someone loses all their cards and you still have all your cards in your hand, those are going to be all minus points. Um, so a player chooses one or more adjacent cards in their hand that have the same value or that have values in a certain order, um, and then play the set of cards on the table. Uh, if the table is empty on their first turn, and then or the set they are playing is ranked higher than the set current on the table. Set high has more cards of the same value instead of the consecutive cards, or it has the same quantity and type but with higher values. So, um, so if this is the hand, there was a picture here with the. So this is the one that I think the people in the United States can buy at Target, I guess. But this is the one that you can buy also there. But I think also is the only one that you can buy here in Europe. And you have this hand of cards. So you see, at the beginning you get a hand of cards. You cannot change them, the order, but at the beginning only you can keep it like that, or you can flip it over and then you start. So you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a good hand. So you can already get rid of that one. And the first player starts off with playing or just one card or a sequence or the same cards. You see here 3 fives, and the thing is, on the other side, there are other values. So if you would flip them over, maybe there would be a better hand or a worse hand. So you can decide that at the beginning. So that's why you have to flip them or not. You don't have to flip them. Um, and then you're going to play. So if you play only one card, like a 3, somebody else can play a 4, has to play higher. If they cannot, they have to take that card. Or if it's already sequenced, they have to take one of the cards at the edges. Um, if everybody has to pick a card and it comes to your turn and nobody has played a card, the round immediately ends. Or if someone loses all their cards. So that is Scout. And one, so you also have these tokens. These are point tokens, and the money you get them for certain things in the game. I forgot it a little bit. I don't have the game, by the way, but the thing, if someone has to take a card from the set that they have put down, that person gets money. So there's certain ways to get these money tokens, and also cards that get flipped over, go to your pile, also counts as money, and you have this token. This token you can uh, scout and show. So you can take a card and immediately play cards. You can only do that once per round, and then you get that token back. So that's how you can, if you have if there's like 3 fives, and you have two sixes, and one of the fives has a 6 on the bottom, because if you take a card, you can flip it. You can do scout and show. You flip the token, you take the 5, flip it over, put it beneath besides the 2 sixes, and then play 3 sixes, which is higher than 3 fives. So it's a little bit of a tactic game when I'm gonna do the play that token, and that is Scout. It's a small game. You see some people use the. Oh, this is a different version of Scout. There are a few different versions. This is not Scout. Why is Scout here? Wait. Oh, it's a Scout retheme with. Oh, this is with dragons. I don't see any dragons, but oh, it's like dragon skills. So yeah, that is Scout, my first game. My second game is gonna be Railroad Inc. Railroad Inc. is a game I have on my phone. It's a fun game. You will get this box, and there's these. Oh, yeah, you're gonna have these white markers and these boards and some dice. That's basically what the game is. So it's a game from 1 to 6 players, 20 to 30 minutes, age 8 and up, and a weight of 1.45. I'm showing you two versions, two of the base versions that have come out now with a new edition. So we have the blue and the red, but now they have the deep blue edition, and here it is, the blazing red edition. There are more editions, and there's some expansions where you can just have dice. That's also a good stocking stuffer, by the way. But these also come with some expansions in it, so they have more replayability. So in Railroad Inc., you're gonna have these. Oh, This is not what I want to show. Wait. So here, this is the box. So you have these markers, you have these dice, you have these extra dice which you can play with or not. And you're gonna roll the dice. If you're gonna use the blue dice, that is also awesome because it gives you more replayability. This one gives like rivers, and the red one gives like meteorites. Uh, and everybody rolls the 4 white dice plus the blue dice if you want to use the blue dice. And then you're gonna write. So exactly here. Let's make it a bit bigger. Oh, there are 2 sets of so you have the light blue and the dark blue. So you choose which of the 2 expansions, which of the 2 modes you're gonna play, or you're just gonna play the simple mode. And you have these. These are actually folded, so it's a big grid. And you're gonna try to connect these exits with each other by. Oh, let me check if I have a better picture. So this is one that's being played. You can even use the box as so you're gonna roll these, and these have lines on them. They have either have roads or train tracks, or a combination of a train track going to a city and then a road. So you see here, maybe it's. Oh, can I? So you see here, there's a train track. Okay, let's put it in the middle. A train track, a station, actually not a city, but station, and then a road. And then you're gonna fill them in. You have to use all the white dice, and you can even start here, put one here, and put one here, one here, and then you try to connect all of them in a certain amount of rounds. When all the rounds have ended, you're gonna tally up points by how many you've connected, the longest railroad tracks, the biggest road track, uh, 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 all the spaces here in the middle give you an extra point. Once per round, you can cross off these to use as an extra. So these are like uh, uh, kind of like dice that are already printed here, and you can use them. But if you use them, you have to cross it off. You can only use 3 of them, and I think there's 5 or 6 rounds. Um, and the blue dice you can use, but you also don't have to use them. And they give different abilities for the game in different modes. This one has rivers, which you can score extra of, and there's some awesome. There are also some scoring cards. Sorry for the oh. Also some scoring cards that you put out, and those will give you extra scoring in the game. It's a fun game. I think everybody can. You have to draw these shapes there, and you can even flip them. You can rotate them. So, and you try to have the most points. And this is a fun game. It's a square box. This stretches a little bit the stocking, but I think this is a great game to give. And the red one has a more of a red color, but these have like the orange dice with collapse like mountains. I think I haven't played with that one, so they're a little bit different. So these are the dice up close, a little bit better to see. And this is a great game. I play it on my phone all the time, and try to get as high score as possible. And the thing is, for every uh, road that has not been finished, for example here, you get minus points. So you don't want to like have roads end in the middle of nowhere. They have to reach the exit, or if you can reach the wall, then you don't have minus points, but you don't connect an exit. But still no minus points. So for my third one, it's going to be Spicy. Spicy is a bluffing game, and for 2 to 6 players, 15 to 20 minutes, ages 10 and up, and a weight of 1.34. It's a game that certainly fits in a stocking. uh, and it's a bluffing game for 2 to 6 players. You have a stack of you have a pile of cards. Everybody gets cards, and you play a card face down. Uh, and you can cheat when you announce something. The thing is, if I, for example, here you have your cards, you announce the number, and you announce the spice that is on it. So there's pepper, salt. You can actually say color because that's better. Because maybe some people will say this may be pepper or salt, and one of the two. I think oh, it's pepper because that's spice. That's spicy. Um, as an example, I say this is a 10 blue, but everybody has to go. The next person has to go higher because the highest one is 10. Then you could go back to 1, or you can even say like after 10, I can say like I have a blue 4, uh, and you continue and continue until you call someone out. But you can bluff about anything. I can say that this is a red 10. If someone thinks that I'm lying, they can say, hey, I think you're lying, but they have to tell me what I'm lying about. If they say, hey, this is not a 10, and I have to show it, and it is a 10, they lose, I win, they get all the cards. Um, even if even if I was lying about the red one, they didn't call out that it was a red one. They called out that the number was wrong, not the color. So you have a little bit of like, hey, what am I bluffing about? And the thing is also, if you don't want to bluff, or if you go like, I think they saw me thinking too long about my turn, I'm gonna draw a card. And that's it. When the first you have a certain amount of turns to get rid of your cards, and you get a certain amount of points. You can also go uh, for these points. I forgot how these points work, by the way, but it's a nice bluffing game. It checks all the boxes for like a light, fast card game, and I love it. And there's also some cards that don't have a color and they have like a range of numbers. And those mix up a little bit of the gameplay. So, yeah. Um, oop. And that is spicy. We're on number 3. Number 4 is going to be Aurum. I only played this once. And honestly, I really want to have this one in my. I think I want to buy this one as soon as possible again. It's been actually since like last year or something that I played it, and I totally forgot it until it came on my radar when making this list. So this is a 3 to 4 players game. It's a trick taking game. It's better with 4 because you have to do it in teams. Um, I don't know how it works with 3. I played it with 4. 30 to 45 minutes, 87 and up, and it weighs about 2. So this is a trick taking game. So I'm going to just read it here because it's been a while. With 2 teams of 2 competing in the 4 playing game. As all the cards of the round have been dealt, you bid on how many drinks you think your team will win. In a 4 playing game, the higher of the 2 bids on a team becomes the team's bid. So we start off actually diagonally from each other, and like this diagonally is going to be the other team. So if my colleague will start, that she will think or he will think that they are gonna do 2 tricks. Then the other team goes, then I go, then that person goes. The combined will be the number of swings that we think we're gonna win, and then we'll start. You can lead with any non-gold card. There's some gold cards you can buy. You must not play a suit that has already been played, unless it's a gold card, which you can get later. The highest number played wins, but gold is the trump suit and always wins. Whoever plays the lowest non-gold card adds a gold card from the same number from the supply to their collection if it is available. All gold cards played in a trick are returned to the supply. So the thing is that you cannot keep those. Um, the round ends immediately when a player cannot play a valid base metal card. and does not have a gold card to play or chooses not to play a gold card. Uh, if you win more tricks than you bid, you earn your bid value as points. If you met your bid exactly, you earn twice the amount of points. Yeah, I forgot about that one. And you earn points for the number of gold cards in your collection. Then you win golden nuggets, and the first to collect 2 nuggets wins. So the player with the most points gets a nugget. And that is a. Sorry, it's been a little late. And I have a bit of a wound here. So that is Aurum. A nice little twist on trick taking. So if you have a trick taker in your family or as a friend, this is a good one to give, especially if you like to playing in teams. My next one is Cabo. There's a second edition. There's even like an edition that is. I had a picture here. Well, let's go through the information. So 2 to 4 players, 45 minutes, ages 8 and up, and weighs 1.28. And is the goal of Cabo is to get the lowest value on cards, but you don't see all your cards. By using certain powers, you can peek at your own cards, spy an opponent's card, or swap a card with an opponent. And you can try to minimize the value of your cards. You can have, I think, 4 or 5 cards face down. And when you think you have the lowest value, you can yell out Cabo. Everybody you reveal, and if you have the lowest, then you win. But then the round ends, and everybody has another turn. So you yell Cabo, then everybody still has one turn, and in the end, the player with the lowest total wins. So you have to shed your cards. So I forgot. Is it here? The thing is, you have the second edition, which is 2 to 4 instead of 2 to 5. There's some slight rule changes, but you can also get the normal Cabo. It's actually from Bezier Games. And you have these. Oh, this is a Spanish version. So if you have. Oh, let me see if I can get the. This is a small box version. This is a tin version? I didn't know they had this. Let me see if I can get. Oh. And they have these cute little artworks. You have a few face down. I think you can peek at one, but you cannot change the order. But then people can swap and look at cards, and they can also look at their own, because certain numbers have, for example, this one has swap. So if you have this one, you can swap. I think there's always one in the discard pile at the start, so you can even swap with that one, or you can swap with another person. A little nice fun game. And there was also a version of this one that was with teams. I forgot the name. I do have it, but I lost it somewhere in the house. But Cabo is the original one, and it's a fun little filler where you can play with the whole family. So with Cabo, the other one is 2 to 5. So if you don't want if you want one with want to play with 5 people, you can get the normal version. The second edition is 2 to 4. So and there's some extra rules that you. I think you can not call Cabo unless you are under a certain value. And if you're above a certain value, I think you bust, something like that. But that is Cabo. Let me put this away. So my 6 already is 6 Nymph, or Take 5. This game, I love this game. I also want to have a copy of this one, because this one is always a game that comes over well no matter what group you're playing with. So this is 1 to 10 players, 45 minutes, ages 8 and up, weighs about 1.56, not in grams, but in complexity weight. So uh, there's a lot of copies. I just put this one out because it looks closely to the one that I played. There's so many on BGG. I don't know which one is the best, to be honest. Just the normal one, just the 6 nymphs. This is the 30th anniversary edition. It has some extra rules, but you can also play the normal version with this one. So let me see if I can. By the way, I'm just gonna, because the rules are not here, but oh, I can explain the rules by the picture, of course. So the thing is, there's gonna be a certain amount of cards that everybody gets. Um, you're gonna put cards in a column, and they have certain values. These are not the ones that I. Oh, I'm just gonna put take 5. Yeah. So let me see if I can have a better picture with this one. Because that one had like the extra cards and rules. So if these are, I think there are 4 columns, and this is the top 2 columns, and it's random. So this one gets a 1, and this one gets a 64. They have these cows. You want to shed as many cards with cows because you don't want cows. You want to have the least amount of cows because those are minus points. But then everybody puts a card face down and they revert at the same time. The lowest one that they can put goes first. So if someone had these 4, we play with 4 people. One played the 22, one played the 55, one played the 80, one played the 98. So the lowest one is a 22, and you have to see in which row uh, uh, besides the column card they can fit it. So the 22 is closer to the 1, and it's below the 64, so it will go here. Then the next one will be 55. 55 is below 64, so it cannot go in this column because it has to go upwards. So it goes here. Then 80 is above 64, goes here, and then you have 98, it goes here. Simple. At a certain amount, the row will have 4 cards, and I think if you play the 5th, yeah, I think it's the 5th. If you play a 5th card, you have to take the whole row. So yeah, so if you have put the 5th card, you have to take all the 4 cards before it, and the 5th card becomes the new starting card. And that is so it's so fun because the thing is, at a certain point when these rows become fuller and fuller, you want to go like, I don't want to be the first one to put a card there because that row is already filled. And for example, if the last of that row is 55 and I have a 56, it's like, if I play a 56 and everybody plays higher, I have to be the first to put a card there. I will get this card and this card and this card, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 cows on cards, and those are 13 minus points. And maybe you want to go higher, but the thing is, it can also go to another column. It depends on the sequence. So this is a very fun game where you always try to outsmart your opponent. And because you don't know what kind of cards your opponent have, there's only one number of each. So, and not all the numbers have a certain amount of cards. Some of them only have 1, some have like 6, some have 7, 3, and so on. And oh, we're on the end of my list, and I forgot to put in this video. I can look it up. My game that I want people to buy for me. What I want to receive for Santa, and that is Rebel Princess. The funny thing is, a friend of mine has this game. I I don't know if what's the deluxe edition. It's you have to. It's from 3 to 6 players, 45 minutes, ages 15 and up, and a weight of 2. Um, so it's based on hearts. So you are these princesses like Snow White, Little Mermaid, Cinderella, and you're having a 5 day party. It takes 5 turns to not 5 days, but it takes five rounds to play the game. But the Prince Charmings want to. They have not been invited because it's a girls' party. They want to infiltrate the ball to propose marriage to the girls. They have like a ball. It's not a sleepover, but a ball. As a princess, you have to avoid marriage proposals and remain single and independent after the celebrations. So those are the 5 days of the party, or the 5 rounds. And each round has a special rule that makes each game totally different. The general is of trick taking, in which each player plays a numbered card into each trick, following one of the 4 suits in the game. The player with the highest number of the suit that started the trick takes all the cards of that trick. But that is not necessarily good, as players want to avoid taking cards with Prince Charmings on it, who brings marriage proposals. And there's also a enchanted frog that brings 5 marriage proposals to it. So the player with the fewest marriage proposals after 5 rounds wins. Uh, and each player is also a different. Each player assumes the role of different princesses and has a special ability per round. Uh, the difference with this one, you can get the normal edition or the deluxe edition. This one has 2 new princesses and 6 new round cards. There's a better upgraded punch boards. Round cards upgraded to tarot size cards with rules text on each card, so you don't have to look up the rules, what everything does. Balance streaks, a new rubber of the ball mechanism to allow players to catch up if they are falling too far behind. Yeah, this one, I really want to get this one as well. sounds fun. So yeah, that was my bias guide. I hope I didn't take too long for this one. So what do you think? Put your comments down below what you are trying to buy for Christmas. Well, maybe not if your loved one or your family is watching, then we'll spoil the surprise. But what do you think of my list, and what would you add to it or subtract to it, or what do you think of my Santa wish? um, I'm gonna be here all week, guys, and there's more videos to come. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And like the video, and spread it around social media if you want to. I'm gonna make more videos like this one, so stay tuned. And uh, well, have a Merry Christmas and great shopping, you guys. Bye.